first kind of approaching where the market has been. So Sunday is when things really began tanking in earnest. I was at a function, I was at an event, and I couldn't help but find out this information. And I pulled the old phone out a few times, ignored some people I really didn't want to talk to that much to begin with anyway, and just couldn't help but kind of just watch things burn here and there a little bit while I was at this event. But the market did tank Sunday. ETH absolutely just slapped upon the face. Went the whole way down to 2,100 or so on Sunday night. I say the whole way down. I mean, it's only at, as we're speaking right now, Ethereum's it's moving down again right now. Down 5% on 23.27 is what I'm seeing. We got Bitcoin just under 55K, which that honestly is. I like that it's come up where it's come up off this move, and we're going to get to that a little bit further.
I was going to say, you want me to pull these up?
Go ahead. Yeah, I had minimized my notes. That's why I paused there for a second. Gotcha, I didn't know where they went. We're getting a lot of weird stuff. So we hear about this jump trading entity has been selling off ETH in droves, a very strange site, and it kind of indicate maybe something odd is going on with them. But they're one of the entities that have been selling Ethereum off a whole bunch. Bitcoin on the weekend did go below 50K. We saw it get down into the 49s. Japan basically bankrupt overnight, shuts off trading on Sunday into Monday. U.S. trading platforms shut down on Monday too. Fidelity, Vanguard. I'm not talking about your rinky-dink outfits or anything. I'm talking about the heavy hitters shutting down on Monday. The thoughts are out there. Are emergency rate cuts coming in the United States? We already have like a 98% chance that we're going to see it in September. I think that pretty much cemented itself at 100 here. It's just how many? 25, 50, 75, 100? I don't know. But now we're talking, hey, this week we could even see rate cuts. Who knows? Emergency rate cuts from the Fed. And then there's the question, politically, and we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about all this too, because it is going to influence the response to all this in markets. How does this look for Kamala and Democrats right now? She just picked a VP. And what are they going to try to do to stop it? Because now you're heading into the biggest election of our lifetime. And you've got 3 months basically, and the world economy looks like it's crap, and people are talking recession left and right. A recession is definitely going to be coming, but it's just how long will they continue to kick the can down the road, print more money, and as we know they always will, which is why we're in this space to begin with. Obviously Trump can make this look good for him. Let's start anywhere you want to with all those thoughts. I have even more that we'll follow up with after this, but let's look at the charts and let me know what you think about what at least Bitcoin and then Ethereum, maybe how they've looked to you here over the last few days.
Yeah, well, so starting with Bitcoin, it looks like it really almost hit this one. Like, I have a lot of these lines drawn, which are, I think, crucial levels to me that I thought was important. And this one at about 47,875, it almost wicked off of that, and it bounced right back up. So we're above the 52,600 level right now. So I mean, it has pulled back, it has corrected a little bit. As far as Ethereum goes, these I had drawn in earlier, way earlier, weeks and weeks ago, and we had gotten above it. But it's funny because now we are settling right back into that zone again. So this narrowing channel here, it's going to be interesting because it's getting to be the time to shit or get off the pot. One of the two. It's due to either skyrocket up or keep going lower. So I think we'll know something here within the next these are weekly candles. So let's break this down to see if I can see on the daily if it changed much. Not really. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at probably within 10 days, we should know if it stays within this channel, it's got to do something. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So the one thing I did was just looking through some of these is look how well gold has held up. I'm very surprised at this, the gold chart. So, I mean, it really only pulled back a little bit here and it's stayed up there. So that's kind of interesting, I find.
Well, Peter Schiff has been, the guy to follow in terms of finance, I think, for the last 30 years.
Sure.
So I'm not surprised by this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this ratio here. Yeah, wow. The ETH Bitcoin ratio just
Bad, real
really
bad.
bad. Yeah, really bad. It dipped the whole way down to
4?
0.03. Well, it's 0.04 right now, but it dipped the whole way down to
Wow,
0.035 here,
that is insane.
0.0336. We are pulling back. So, I mean, it is gaining some back, but yeah, we're back to 0.041, it looks like. But
I did not know it wicked that low.
yeah,
Real bad. Yeah. No, I mean that was crazy volatility on Sunday night. So I mean, anything can happen on a wick, but still, where ETH is sitting against Bitcoin is horrid right now. And it's been a tale of the year. I mean, we've talked about it all year long. I mean, Bitcoin's been the one to kind of go, and literally nothing else seemingly doing anything, especially Ethereum, which is the big kahuna that we've all kind of been waiting for. One good sign, you would just kind of mention this, Ewok, with Bitcoin, though. I love this idea. Like, if we do rally up above, I think 52K is where the weekly super trend has been, basically. If we can stay where we are now, if it continues to rally and just stick here in the mid 50s or something like that, by the end of the week, I think that pretty much confirms that we're like still on the right path and everything. And this was like a short term temporary thing. And it would be awesome, too, because we're now seeing, for anybody who wasn't around for like the entire bear market or hadn't experienced a bear market before, we're really seeing people come out of the woodwork on Twitter and stuff like that, like traders, influencers, whatever, that are back to like doom bearish posts, like stuff that you would see at the bottom of the bear market where it was like, there's this weird thing with bearish people I've noticed, and I think we've talked about this before, Ewok, where it doesn't work the opposite way with bullish people. Bullish people, you're just interpreted to be a dumbass. Like, I think because crypto's down for the majority of the time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think perpetual bullish people always seem dumb to people. Whereas perpetual bear people, it's like, oh, they know something I don't. Like, oh, they're, it's as if they're smarter or something like that. But we're seeing them come out of the woodwork again saying, oh, no, you have no idea what's to come and all this. And the top is already in for the cycle and everything. And all these people that, you would normally see like at the bottom of the bear market are coming out now. And I just think it'd be so fantastic if we do see BTC kind of strongly come back from this random, deep wick down and just kind of slowly come back up, it's what it's done so far.
yeah,
But I want to see it continue. So what do you make of that?
yeah. No, I think we were expecting a pullback, and that was pretty substantial. We kind of thought it would get down to like 45,000, I think, at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, 49 is just almost as close. You can't get these things exact. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's pretty much confirmed or close enough anyway. It's like Richard Hart calling the $11,000 Bitcoin and it got to 15. Well, pretty damn close. So I think
I was doing
that's,
the math on that the other day. That is actually 35% off. So I don't know how close that really is, but anyway,
yeah,
I was just thinking
well,
about that the other day. But
once you're that low, yes, the difference is, but
yeah,
you know, again, maybe they have printed so much money that it doesn't go that low.
he did say that too. So
Yes.
good point. Yeah.
So,
If you say anything, you can be right.
well, if you say anything, you can be right. So, and I think again, this lower level here of the last dip kind of, we got a lower low. So I don't know. Is it done yet or not? We'll have to wait and see, because there's the chance that it could do another lower low yet. If this trend holds true, until we get a higher low of a dip, then we're really not going to be confirmed. So it's a wait and see type of game, as always. Wish the crystal balls were for sale. We would
Yeah.
we'd be rolling in it.
Well, we got to call up Nagabo for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that Bitcoin continues on this trend back up. I mean, right now we are coming down some, but it's over 55 right now. I want to see it hang out in that area. Yeah, ETH continuing to look terrible in comparison, but you figure like the ETF just launched. You look at the timetable that it took Bitcoin to kind of come up after the ETF launch. Want to give it more time to get back up there. And to your point about what we were saying, how we were talking for a while about thinking that Bitcoin would get back into the 40Ks. We were even saying high 30s at one point months ago. I think some of those numbers kind of changed a little bit, because we were talking about that like a quarter ago. Now here we are approaching the fall. So it's
Right.
kind of like, yeah, the goalposts shift a little bit because it's like,
Sure. Due
yeah,
to the time, right?
exactly. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to go back that low. So yeah, going back down to that 49 area, if that is all it does, we don't know for sure, but if that is, yeah, that could be what we had been waiting for a while, you know.
Yep.